It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we'll see Bijan Robinson. He was steady for him on the ground a week ago, reaching the center.
Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback. And Richardson will throw to start out here.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Well, as you can see, they're not operating at full health today, partner. That's been a big story the last couple of weeks. But the bottom line, their record is solid, and you know that this is still a very dangerous team, even with those guys missing.
What they have shown us throughout this season is that this team has stayed focused, and some injuries, they're just not going to derail the momentum they've built up all season long. They continue to go out there and play and give their best performances.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. You look at the defense for these Texans. Currently number 1 in the NFL against the run.
And I know, just like me, you're fired up about this one because this is the irresistible object and the immovable force. They're going head-to-head, number 1 versus number 1. I've talked about that running backs renaissance for a while. Can they slow these guys down? Where's my helmet? I want to play.
Jeez, you are fired up. Something's got to give. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Tries the right side, finding Woods here. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. Richardson. And this is going to be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Remember, Charles, this is the number 1 defense in the NFL, and they prove their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're number 1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And this will be a Texans first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. No score after one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter two. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort from the 39-yard line. Here comes 2nd down at 6. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season, and add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw pulled in by Woods. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Richardson to throw off play action. And it'll be intercepted. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24. On the counter, this is Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Stroud looking to throw. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Nice footwork at the 25. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Stroud. But he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Texans had 8 and 5 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd and 1, Stroud. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Samson Abukum with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That's caught left side by Hardman. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now it's Richardson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And Richardson looks to throw once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Taylor. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Here's Richardson to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. The Colts send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, and that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, we head over to MetLife Stadium to check in on the Jets. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Second half begins with a run by Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. These two teams, they met in Houston earlier in the season with the Texans coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion, and more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And it is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. It's caught downfield by Mechie. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Bijan Robinson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a two.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the
So
play,
they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Ready.
Off play action. Richardson. A short throw pulled in by Woods. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. Oh, and now some space to operate. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Ready.
Off the option, here's Taylor. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another first down. Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything, change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Richardson looking to throw this. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down. Back now here on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Taylor is going to take this one in for a Colts touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And Stroud now to throw. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards for number 11. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Stroud. That's out wide here for Robinson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
He's into space past the 25. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 42 yards. Again, it's Stroud. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Schultz. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Robinson up the middle. And give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a first and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And they're going to speed things up here. Stroud keeps it. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Texans get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was C.J. Stroud who finished off that drive with the touchdown run. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. On first down, Richardson being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derek Stingley picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And
as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hand off to Robin. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a big... as his guys will get the foot. meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They come up now on 2nd and 2. Now Richardson. Got his man, it's Woods.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here comes 2nd down. Richardson. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And just shedding him off there. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Richardson.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Richardson to throw it. And that will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Going for it on 4th, Richardson. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down, and that is the big one, as they should be able to run it out from here.
Check it.
They'll run with Robinson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed.